Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius December 6, 2022. Strong energy is with you to boost your career, sense of purpose, or financial outlook. The moon heads into your communications sector for over 2 days, and your need for light and easygoing exchanges comes to the fore. Still, you seek to learn something truly useful or practical. You're more emotionally invested than usual in your ideas. While you're inclined to want to keep busy, there can be opportunities to heal, repair, and nurture good relationships. It's a time to put your natural talents to good use and take the lead. You're connecting with what you genuinely value on practical or professional levels. As you focus on the unique elements you bring to your work, you attract the right resources and people. Today's interactions can be empowering. Bad news awaits you today. This is because Neptune, your planetary ruler that has been orbiting in your zodiac sign for years, will clash in a square with sweet Venus, the planet of love and beauty. You, out of everyone, could feel battered, bruised, drowned, and emotional. If you and a lover have been on a rocky foundation for quite some time, expect it to get worse now and in the days ahead. If you're sensing yourself headed for an iceberg, it might be time to abandon ship. Do so with grace, not vengeance. Reflect on how much you have grown as a professional. Your career path and professional status may be going remarkably well, considering that Venus in Sagittarius is sweetening this arena. However, Venus does square Neptune in your sign, so there is a little bit of confusion and illusion at play. Try to fight the cloudiness by maintaining a clear perspective of what you are trying to accomplish as a professional and in your career path. Part of this will be having a realistic perspective of not only yourself but whatever you are trying to accomplish as well. As the moon leaves your income sector, this leaves you with more than just a sharp nose for money. This last visit before Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, returns in just 16 days, was also the moon's only visit while the Sun, Venus, and Mercury are in your career sector and just days before they are due to disband. Your patience level could be low today. Honor your impatience with appropriate measures. Give yourself extra time to get to your appointments, and don't set yourself up for frustrating situations. When it comes to eating, choose what you put into your body carefully. Be sure you like what you order or prepare, otherwise, you will not be relaxed and truly fulfilled by your meal. On another note, it is best to hold your tongue if a dispute threatens to arise with a lover or friend. Don't be too surprised if you find yourself thinking about ways to better organize your life and home today. This is a common result of this day, making this an opportune time to act on those thoughts. If you haven't reviewed your goals or agenda lately, consider doing this. If you don't have any kind of organization system yet, turn this around by getting one started. Time management can make all the difference in the chaos level of your day-to-day life. As Neptune, the planet of dreams and your ruling planet, spends his first full day in direct motion in Pisces, he might be at a standstill, but Jupiter, who turned direct 10 days earlier, is not. Unlike Neptune, who will remain motionless for weeks and will remain in your sign for years, keeping the dream alive, Jupiter will leave in 16 days. By turning direct, Neptune has released the planet of luck and expansion, setting him and you free to start the next chapter, that of living the dream. In a case of perfect timing, the moon has just returned to your communication sector as the dwarf planet Ceres moves into her last 2 weeks in your relationship sector and of her deep dive into your relationship needs and priorities. Because the moon has come full circle from last month's eclipsing full moon, this is when the full effect of a potential breakthrough can be felt. Our eyes in the sky. Emotional frustration could loom early this morning as the moon takes its final steps in Aries before entering Taurus. While the vibe here is mostly sunny, there is a cosmic aspect that could make emotions run wild. Anyone could take arguments to the next level, but you're creating drama on your own today. Sowing the seeds of a new beginning, you implement changes in your career. Loved ones have complete faith in you and assist you by discussing the pros and cons of your plans. Success makes others envious, so don't become too big-headed. Guard against potential losses by calmly considering the pitfalls and guard against them as best as you can. Even when events aren't running smoothly, and you come up against difficulties wherever you look, you can still deal with these seemingly adverse conditions in a laid-back manner and see them as a challenge. If something isn't going as you planned, actual outcomes and the obstacles you overcome on the way just serve to make the journey more interesting. Since the moon is in such a tempestuous place right now, try to postpone any serious discussions until tomorrow. Instead, use the evening to focus on self-care and allow yourself to heal from any emotional wounds you might have suffered or inflicted during the day. A good way to make amends would be to relinquish the need to be right and own the consequences of your behavior. There are nice ways to express yourself that won't cause turmoil and issues with those you care deeply about. If you want a situation to change, it's important to choose your words wisely. In the pre-dawn hours, the moon enters Taurus, exiting its void of course which began last night. Under this exalted moon, we tend to be more relaxed. We'll require extra motivation to get us up and energized over the next 2 days. Yet, once we gain momentum, there's virtually no stopping us. Just imagine a bull with its eye fixed upon the matador's flag. A slow amble ramps up to a full-on charge. All our emotions, from anger to passion, function with the same fervor now. Throw off hindrances from the past. Use this freed-up mental energy to begin new projects and develop a more creative approach. Don't be afraid to start afresh in personal relationships, revive friendships instead and rid yourself of long-standing encumbrances. This may cause some confusion at first but eventually pays off. Your inner sense of calm helps. Similarly, we are as stubborn as the bull. Once we have made a choice or determined our position on a subject, we are apt to dig in our heels, rather than relent. Over the next 2.5 days, we attune to creature comforts, prioritizing the safety and security of our physical bodies. This is a period of nourishment through food, sleep, and movement. You rarely experience such a state of clarity and calm, which is of great help if you want to settle any disputes with work colleagues or relatives. Above all, problems which you previously thought unresolved finally disappear. Relieved of the weight of past anxieties and supported by a positive attitude, you find excitement and new freedom to shape your future. Before noon, the moon creates a sextile to Vesta, the goddess asteroid of sacred devotion, in Pisces. Here, the nourishment we provide to our physical and emotional bodies extends to our spiritual bodies as well. Devotional practices mesh seamlessly with our material needs. In fact, both inform each other, granting us a holistic sense of well-being. Our prayers could literally be answered today. Is this a matter of good timing? Perhaps a feeling of connection with our environment and our work is fueling our perception of providence? Who can say for sure? Because the sextile is an organic aspect, we might not notice its effects until later on in the day, when good karma appears to manifest by virtue of good deeds performed or ritual work executed.